Okay, we're here. Hi, everybody. How you doing? Welcome to the big show. It's your buddy Bruce here. TWB, Traveling with Bruce. I guess I should say that if I'm going to have a Traveling with Bruce show, I should have a Traveling with Bruce logo. And there we have it right there. Welcome, everyone, to the show tonight. Live from Palm Desert, California, where it was raining today. And I mean, rainy and windy and stormy today. It was a little emotional there. We'll take it because the dust factor has just been eliminated. The golf course is lush and green. The flowers are loving it. The plants are loving it. The brush and the hedges are loving it. And I'm pretty sure the golf course water bill, they're happy. They can turn off the sprinklers today and allow Mother Nature to do its thing. So pretty good. We're going to be fine. Pure sunshine now for the next 10 days is forecast, which is typical for this area. And we're going to be in the likely in the 60s now. Yep, it looks like tomorrow's high 64, 70 degrees on Saturday and Sunday, 72 next Monday and Tuesday. Within about a week or two from now, we will be in the low 70s as normal into the mid 70s because the days we're adding 1 or 2 minutes a day of sunshine, and that sun angle is climbing quickly around here. By April, May, the sun's angle is so steep. You go outside and you're getting a sunburn up there if you're not careful. So the desert weather is coming together. I hope the weather wherever you are is all right. Thank you for those of you hitting the thumbs up button for us. If you hit the thumbs up button, tell us what number you are, and tell me what is the temperature where you are. Are you guys experiencing a really harsh winter this year? Are you about to get a big turn in your weather? Because I know in the USA, the last week or two, it's been kind of nasty in some of your areas in the US. But I'm told now the weather systems are turning dramatically, and we might be seeing some warm temperatures in certain areas of the U.S. Let me know how it's working for you. There's a poll question going tonight. I have a poll question going on. If you wouldn't mind answering the poll question tonight, you'll find it at the top of the chat here. The question of the day is cruise ship vacations are a bargain compared to other vacation options. Do you find that to be true? Yes or no? Let me know your thoughts and hit that. And at the same time, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button while you're answering that question. Give the show a bit of momentum, and thank you all so very much for your support. We have 23 thumbs up, so we have 21 respondents of the poll already. I'm only 3 minutes into the show. This is awesome. 71% of you so far are saying yes, Bruce. Cruise ship vacations are a bargain compared to other vacation options. 27% saying no. And I'm kind of expecting this sort of a 3-to-1. 3/4 of you would say no. Cruising is it's a bargain. Cruising is still a bargain compared to say maybe I don't know, a vacation for a family in Disneyland or Disney World with a hotel package, or what about a trip to New York City, or what about a 1 week stay in South Miami Beach, or how about comparing a cruise for say a week, 10 days, 2 weeks, compared to a Mediterranean holiday, maybe a European holiday. I'm curious. I'd love to know your thoughts on all of this. By all means, if you're able to let us know, let me know, and hit the thumbs up button at the same time. That would be terrific. Everybody, thank you all for being here today. I'm curious to get your reaction to this. Nice to see you. Now, those of you who are here, many of you are curious, how is Auntie Jen doing? And I got good news. I'll tell you right now, it's been 6 days. Jennifer had her right hip replaced Tuesday, last week, Tuesday. and it's gone very, very well. Last year, she had her left hip done. A year ago, when she went into the Eisenhower Medical Center for her evaluation with her surgeon, the surgeon took a look at her X-rays and said, "Well, you got two bad hips." And she said, "Yeah, I know. Both of my hips are not doing well." He said, "Well, I'll tell you right now, your left hip, from a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being great, 10 being bad, your left hip is an 11. Around here, you would have been in here 5 years ago to get that hip replaced. Your other hip, the right hip, is a 7. And give it a couple of years and you'll be in here to get that one done too." And so last year she had her left hip replaced, and that one, it went well. I mean, we were really happy with the fact that when Jen went in for surgery last year, her left hip was just, she was in agony all the time, in pain, pain, pain. And her activity level went down and down because she just didn't want to walk, didn't want to go anywhere. So when that one was replaced and we did the therapy sessions, the recovery was fantastic. Jen only needed the walker that issued. She only used the walker for a month under doctor's orders. You have to use the walker for the first month. Well, she walked into her 1 month checkup with her surgeon just with her cane, and he said, "I expect you to walk in here with just your cane," and she did. And he said, "Within a month, you won't even need your cane anymore, except under certain circumstances. Maybe if it's raining and it's a bit slippery out, you might want to have that as a little backup." Well, yeah, within a month after that, her second month, she used the cane almost rarely. She rarely used it, but always kept it. But of course, as you know, if you're following me here, you know that back in the summer, this past summer, 6-8 months ago, her other hip really kicked in, and her knees began to bother her because she was compensating so much her walking with a good hip, a bad hip, and her knees are just going, "What are you doing?" So we decided we're going in for the second hip this winter, and so the 16th of January, she went in for her second hip. And I got to tell you, she's doing things today in day 6 that she didn't do for 2 to 3 weeks last year. She is that far advanced. And we're figuring it out that her left hip, which was replaced, is so strong and reacting so well, has recovered, and her entire left leg is much stronger than it was before the operation last year. She is recovering now on her right side so much quicker because her left side is in great shape. And so she can get up with the walker and go into the bathroom, do her thing. She's already taking showers. She's much better, and she's sleeping better, and her pain levels are lower overall because, again, the second hip wasn't as bad as the first one. Give it 3 more years, it would have been just as bad as the first one, but we've preempted that by replacing this now. And so her recovery time looks to us will be much quicker for this second hip, much quicker. And the hope we have is that through the next couple of months, being here until the end of May, that her strength and flexibility and endurance level will improve dramatically on her whole lower body. And that means we will be going for walks. We will be more physically active as she feels like she wants to be more active. And for Jennifer, it means weight loss. Absolutely weight loss, because when you don't move at all because of pain, you gain weight. Everything starts working in your favor when it starts working in your favor medically. And so one domino after the other is going to go Jennifer's way, we feel. The hope we have is that with her hips lined up properly and aligned properly, and her length of her legs now are aligned correctly, neither knee has to compensate for her walking down a shopping mall or going to Costco or going to the grocery store or whatever she wants to do. And that we believe, crossing our fingers, that both of her knees in condition will improve rather than deteriorate. And if her leg strength improves, which it should, that will help her as well. So now the question will be into March and April and May. What are our travel plans going to be for the summer and the fall and next winter? What could we be doing? And that is, I hope, a topic of discussion around here as the weeks go by, as the conditions improve. So we'll keep you posted. Thank you all for all of your best wishes and kind words. Jen is very well aware of those. She's aware of that you've been pulling for her, and she thanks you very much and just wants you all to know she's coming along wonderfully. It's 6 days. Tomorrow the bandage comes off. Day 7, off comes the bandage, and she goes in for physical therapy twice a week starting next Monday. She's ready to go. She is ready to go. She's been given home exercises that she is doing faithfully and happy to do it. So yeah, it's looking good. So we're really stoked about this. Thank you all for being here. Robert Mailhut, thank you, my friend, for popping in here as you always do. Thumbs up number 2 right off the get there. Thank you, man. Ken, correct. Thank you and welcome. Hi, Bruce and Jen from Janet and Ken in Saginaw, Michigan. It's 30 degrees right now, with 2 to 4 inches of snow starting tonight. We're getting snow over here, he says. Gasoline is $3.06 a gallon right now, a gallon. Good evening, all. Number 5 on the thumbs up meter. Kelly Haston is in the house tonight, live. Hello, TWB family. I hope Jen is getting her walks in for her therapy. Let's go with Dome Cruise News and some bargains. Sharon is in the house. Welcome, Sharon. Number 9, it's busy at Shea Chapman. So we can't stick around, but we wanted to hear how Jen is doing. Stephen Butler, number 7 or 8 or 9. I don't know what number I'm at, but I'm a thumbs upper. Gas $2.64 a gallon in rainy Northwest Arkansas. What a good deal for gas. Snow and ice might be gone for a bit. That's good news. Kirk Brunson in the house. Kirk Brunson's YouTube and Facebook channel. 10 thumbs ups. Kirk from New York is here. I'm at work tonight. Alan Carter from Calgary is in the house. How you doing, Alan Carter? Number 11. Karen is here. Karen Griswold. Hi, Bruce. Number 21 on the thumbs up meter. It's 33 in New Hampshire right now. Looking forward to the 40s later this week. That will be a relief. Louise is in the house. Hello, Louise. Hi, Bruce. Hello. Kevin Chapman, the author himself. Hey, Bruce. Thumbs up, number 16. Best wishes for Jen's recovery. 28 Fahrenheit here in central New Jersey, but I'm expecting a warm up real soon here. Cruising base cost is less than a hotel plus food. The trick is not to spend on the extras, and that is excellent advice. And I have some tips regarding exactly that topic lined up for you tonight. Cindy is in the house. Yes, Wisconsin is very cold. Right now it's 31, which is warm from what we've been doing lately. Kirk Brunson's YouTube, Facebook channel, trying the best option to get to Miami for my cruise in February without breaking the bank. I want to get down there. Cindy Bridges, yikes, a hip replacement is a journey to get better from, but she will get around better once healed. Oh, absolutely. She was so looking forward to the second operation, and it shows because she is coming around fast. Rocky, a thumbs up, number 12. I answered yes, but it has been a long time since vacationing. Not on a cruise. It's been a long time since I haven't taken any kind of other vacation. It's just cruising. Sharon, we're glad to hear the news is good here. Please give Jen our love and have a great night. Thank you so much. Mark Zerbrick, hi Bruce. Best wishes from Easterro, Florida. Mark and Brandy. Also, it's Brandy's birthday. She loves your show. Congratulations. Happy returns. Many, many more. JJ, best wishes to Jen and Uncle Bruce from Princeton, New Jersey. $2.83 a gallon. Wow, gas under 3 in Jersey. Cindy, best wishes for quick healing for Jen. Thank you all so much. Robert Blend, hey, hi Bruce from Boston. Number 10, thumbs up. Great news on Jen. Gas here is $2.97 in Massachusetts. 21 degrees. Looking forward to my March cruise on the Celebrity Apex. Right on, Robert. It should be fantastic. Thank you all for all your comments. Keep them coming if you can. Let us know what thumbs up number you are. If you can hit that thumbs up button for us. 34 are in the house, and on the poll question, we've just hit 31 votes, and well, it's still very positive. 68% of you are saying that cruise ship vacations are a bargain compared to other vacation options. It's 32% saying no. I like to go the other way. So let us know, by all means, if you can do it. Tell us which way you like to go on it. I agree with some of the sentiments here with respect to if you keep out those extra charges, then cruising is a bargain. And I want to start right there with some news of the day that I'll go into. Kirk Brunson, YouTube, same here after a cruise, looking for another one. I'm always looking for another one, Bruce. Right now, I get one, I want another one. I want to keep going on those cruises. I can understand why. News is coming out here the last couple of days about something that's happening. It's regarding Princess Cruise Lines. Our friends here at Princess, apparently they are going to bump the cost of their Wi-Fi package, and apparently the number is staggering. Actually, here's some pictures here of some of these ships for Princess, and some of the ships have these beautiful lobbies, as you've probably seen if you've ever been on a Princess cruise. These look familiar. Do these photos bring you back? Just gorgeous. They have a unique style to them. Here's a shot of looks like an entire crew, or a good chunk of a crew anyway, on board one of the Princess ships. Regal Princess, we're back, it says. Yeah, you've got some of them have indoor pools like this. Some have retractable roofs. And so, these ships can go to Alaska, of course. And so you have the retractable indoor pool scenario, so you can enjoy the pool and jacuzzis, even looking at glaciers during the day. You come here during the night. Obviously, casinos, no question about that. But here's the thing. The story on Princess Cruises is that they're going to bump their prices up for internet usage. If you want to have one device active on a cruise on Princess, the old price was $14.99 a day. The new price is $24.99 a day. That's a $10 bump on the cost of a internet package. That's 65% more for one device. Now, if you've got the 4-device package, like you have a phone, your wife has a phone, your kids have phones, 4 phones, it used to be $40 a day. Now it's going to go to $45 a day, so $5 more. What they're trying to do, though, Princess, this is an interesting little tactic they're trying to put together. They're trying to offer their cruisers more of an all-in-one package. You've got your fare, you got your cruise fare over here, depending on an inside room, ocean view, balcony, suite. And then they're trying to give you an add-on, and there's 2 add-ons they're trying to offer you. And one of them is a $60 a day package deal, and it consists of a basic beverage package, Wi-Fi for, I believe, 1 device per person per day, gratuities, specialty dining, room service, no extra charge for room service fees, fitness classes, and something else I can't read my writing. There was one other feature added on. In any event, for $60 a day per person. So if there's 2 of you, it's $120 a day more. But that does include your gratuities for your cabin. Now, in the gratuity department, remember, ships used to charge $12 a day per person. Then they went to $14, $15. I think they're now $18 a day. That's $36 a day for 2. So 36 of the 120, that's tipping that you're going to, you'd have to pay anyway, or I think you can still decline it, but pretty hard to do. Specialty dining, I don't know how many times you get to go in 7 days, maybe twice. You might get 2 specialty dining deals. Well, if it includes one steakhouse and one Italian, maybe you're saving, maybe that's $70 for each of you, $140 saving. Again, it's one, maybe only one day here, one day there. The basic drink package, that could be a $30 to $40 a day package. The Wi-Fi package, as I say, it's $25 for one device, each of you. So if you put it all together, maybe it's all right. The second one they're trying to put together a second package, $80 a day per person. Now that gives you Wi-Fi for 4 devices. And instead of the basic beverage package, it makes it a premium beverage package and includes the gratuities, specialty dining, and the other stuff I was telling you about. Even a photo package might be included or as part of the package. So for $80 a day for 2 people, it's $160 a day, 7-day cruise, $1,000 more than your fare. You got to think about that. So now, those of you who have commented to here already, who've said, that poll question you're asking, Bruce, you're asking the poll question whether or not cruise ship vacations are a bargain compared to other vacations. One of you responded and said, Bruce, if you can cut out the add-ons, vacationing on a cruise ship is not that bad a deal. And right now, we have 37 people responding to that poll question. 70% of you agree. 30% say other vacations are a better deal. By the way, 39 thumbs ups, and thank you. So if you don't take advantage of this add-on deal, the $60 deal and or the $80 deal, and you decide, what, I'm shutting my phone off, I'm shutting off my iPad, I'm not bringing my laptop with me, I'm on a 1-week vacation or a 10-day vacation, whatever the time frame, and we're just going to shut the phones off when on the ship. However, remember this: if you're going to be in the Cayman Islands or Nassau or Cozumel or wherever, let's say it's a Caribbean cruise, you get off a cruise ship in any of those places, you need only get off the ship if you're not taking a ship sponsored excursion, again saving money, you're going to go for a little walk in Cozumel. Across the street from the port is a shopping mall filled with all kinds of bars and restaurants, including what was it, the Hooters. There was a Hooters there at one time, and the deal there is you walk into that place, go to the bar, if it's just you and your wife, you order a beer or a margarita or whatever, and they give you the Wi-Fi code for nothing. You can use their internet. So if you need to catch up on emails from home or work or whatever, or you just want to see how your favorite hockey team is doing or football team, whatever, you got free internet for the day, or as long as you're in there, and you don't have to pay the $25 a day charge or this package. And the drinks inside Hooters are going to be cheaper than inside the cruise ship over there. So if you can, handle soft drinks instead and coffees during your cruise, and or buy a drink here or there as a la carte kind of thing, and not pay $60 a day per person or $80 a day, fair enough, you can lower that daily cost. I mean, $160 a day for that premium package, a lot of money. Now, the specialty restaurants, look, you're on vacation. If you're going to be you're going to be in Disneyland or Disney World or Universal Studios, you're going to be in the hotels that they offer, you're going to pay extra for meals. And you want to go into a nice steakhouse setting in Orlando or a nice steakhouse in Los Angeles or New York City, even Las Vegas. I mean, you want to spend a week in Vegas at the Bellagio, 5 stars. You're going to go into a steakhouse in Vegas, you're dropping $150, $200 per couple in a special restaurant. So on board a cruise ship, if the steakhouse is $50 each additional charge, you're kind of getting off light if you're getting your filet mignon or a porterhouse or a ribeye or whatever. You might be saving money versus the other side. You have to decide whether you want to do that or not. But anyway, those are thoughts. You have to decide for yourself, what kind of vacation are you on. This, with children, what's your priority? It's not necessarily 5-star restaurant eating with the kids. The priority for children is to keep them active and have them enjoy the pools and the facilities that are offered, whether they're indoor facilities like this. You're going to keep them going. You're going to get them into the kids clubs that they have on board so that they're looked after by staff on the ship with children's activities. Again, it depends on the age of the youngsters. And of course, if you're coming to the Cayman Islands for a session or a visit, you might take the kids to Stingray City, or you might go up to 7 Mile Beach and frolic in the water. You'll figure it out depending on where you are. Obviously, if you're going to be here at the I think it's called the Princess Key private resort that Princess has, well, then you got a whole day of water sport toys and all kinds of onshore activities, and mom and dad can get some sunshine. And this is okay. Again, this is what makes cruising and can make cruising a very good bargain, because you are not in one location. As far as like Disneyland or Orlando, you're going to see different locations every day on your cruise, but you only unpack once. And you've got the ship to enjoy all of its amenities, and then you have these spots that you come and visit. And so you have to tally up the experiences you get versus what it's costing you, or you have to ask yourself, what are the odds of you and your family, 4 of you, getting on an airplane and flying to Juneau, Alaska, to do a 1-week Alaska holiday? The cost of that would have to be unbelievably prohibitive. And you're limited to what you can and cannot do up there. If you're up there and it's raining all week, kind of miserable. Of course, you take a Caribbean cruise, chances are, you're in warm weather, and it should be kind of nice. But of course, if it's rainy out, you've got the pool that is covered. If obviously you're in a resort hotel on land and it is raining the entire week, you're in New York or you're in San Francisco, the pool might be closed the whole week that you're there, and it's just your luck. The hotel doesn't have an indoor facility. You have to weigh all the positives and the negatives. Of course, it's one of those things. Anyway, this Princess cruise increase in internet fees. Apparently, Starlink is what they offer now. And the story goes that the cruise lines, they are saving a ton of money using the Starlink system for internet coverage on board the ship, but they're upping the cost to the customer. So it's a win for the cruise line, lower costs, higher fees to use it. The profit spread is right there. And this, you remember now, Princess Cruise Line owned by Carnival. And Carnival is going to do this across all brands. You can count on Royal Caribbean following suit, and you can definitely count on Norwegian following suit. They're going to increase their profit spreads because these are publicly traded companies with shareholders that expect increased results. And these cruise lines, they had to borrow well in excess of $100 billion to survive the COVID shutdown, maintain all those ships. They got to pay those bankers back. And this is where it's coming from. It's coming from you guys. You are going to pay it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. The question of the day on the poll question. Here we go. Let's take a look here, see if this is coming through. Here we go. Cruise ship vacations are a bargain compared to other vacation options. 69% say yes, it's a bargain. 31% say no. 42 respondents so far. Thank you for responding to the poll question. If you can do that, that'd be great. I see number I see 42 thumbs ups now on the show. Thank you all so very much. Our objective is to hit 100 thumbs ups. Last week's show, you guys are absolutely unbelievable. If you were here live and or whether you watched on the rerun, we ended up last week with 120 thumbs ups, 20 beyond what we were hoping for. I am so grateful to all of you for that. Thank you all so very much. All right, what do we got here? Brittany Anderson, Mrs. Brittany Anderson's in the house. Hi, Bruce. And all the lowest price for gas my husband and I saw over the weekend was $2.31. It wasn't in Florida, but in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Wow, $2.31 a gallon. Boy, that's really great. Kirk Schweitzer, per your poll question, cruising is a bargain for what you get. A big expense for us right now is getting there. Airfare and hotel rooms are more expensive. And this is a fact, although airfare has been under some pressure lately, but it depends on where you're going and when you have to fly. For those of you out there who, only have a limited amount of time for a holiday, you're up against it, because if you're going on a holiday when your children are out of school, everyone else is going on a holiday when the kids are out of school. So hotel rates might be higher. Car rental fees might be higher. Airfare is higher because it's the busiest time of the winter, let's say spring, Easter time, or through the Christmas, New Year's holidays, perhaps, all this sort of thing. If you're a couple empty nesters, let's say, you've got a lot more options at your disposal where you can go shopping for a great deal for a cruise, and or go shopping for airfare and hotel accommodations that might or might not be in the city that your cruise is leaving from. You may find that you can get a really good airfare deal into Fort Lauderdale, and your cruise leaves out of Miami. Well, there's ways to get from Fort Lauderdale to Miami economically. Of course, others of you might find that, you know what, Bruce, we're flying, we're taking a cruise out of Los Angeles down to Mexico, the Riviera, Mexico. But we're from the East Coast. We're going to take a flight from New York to LA or Boston or whatever. We're going to find our best deal. It might be Southwest to skip across the country, or JetBlue and others. And we're going to get to LA, but you know what? We're getting there days earlier because we're going to experience Los Angeles. We're going to rent a car, not from the airport, from an off-site location. We might even rent a car using Turo, Turo. We might go Turo.com. That's where you rent a private car from a private individual who will deliver it to your hotel. And you may find that Hertz Rent-A-Car wants to nail you $120 a day with taxes and recovery fees and airport surcharges, and the state of California out of, you're not from here tax because you can't vote us out of office tax. Go to Turo and you may find that the cost is half the daily cost of a rental car. And you can pick the car you want by looking at Turo's rentals. That might be a way to go. You may find that you're staying at a hotel that is a Wyndham instead of a Hilton, or you're staying at a Courtyard by Marriott instead of the high-end Marriott. Getting value for your money and enjoying some extra time. You might find that you're Embassy Suites kind of person. You're doing an Embassy Suite or a hotel with a kitchenette where you're popping over to some fast food restaurants for food that you're bringing to your room, or you're going to your local grocery store in the area and you're bringing home the barbecued chicken and all the fixins and eating on the dishes in the hotel and what have you. You may find that that's the way to bring the cost down per day to you and yet expand your holiday prior to a cruise, then the cruise. And then after the cruise, you decide for yourself, what are you doing? Are you staying longer or not? There are ways to extend a holiday and make it an even better deal. Anyway, there you go. Thank you all for being here. JJ, we have a 7-night Virgin Scarlet Lady cruise from Barcelona in June. And we're flying from JFK. Right on, right on. J&J, my wife refuses connecting flights for fear of baggage delays or loss. Nonstop is expensive. Advice appreciated. Well, I got to tell you, J&J, I wouldn't fear that so much, except here's the point. As I was just making this one point, if you are flying in the day before a cruise, you're up against it, because now, those bags get lost, you're screwed, because who knows if the bags will catch the ship halfway through your cruise or not. If you could possibly fly from JFK to Europe, what I would recommend, again, time is the key here. Time. Can you find a flight from JFK to, say, London, Dublin, Amsterdam, Paris, Frankfurt, Barcelona, Madrid, Lisbon, Rome, Vienna? See if you can find a flight to any location in Europe out of JFK, because there are many nonstop direct flights. 2 or 3 days before your cruise, spend a couple of nights in Vienna, spend a couple of nights in Frankfurt, a couple of nights in Hamburg, Germany. From Hamburg to Barcelona is a 2-hour flight away in the morning, and you can be there the day before your cruise, and it's within the European Union, so the baggage is going to get there. Of course, the other way to play it is if you end up in, say you end up in Paris, and you spend a couple of nights in Paris, and you then take a high-speed train from Paris the day before your cruise, and you make an adventure of the day. The day is a sightseeing tour in a high-speed train. You turn the trip into part of the vacation experience. That might be the way to go. You can possibly do it that way. Again, there's a million ways to play this. You may find that to get to Barcelona 3 days before your cruise is cheaper, and leaving 2 or 3 days after your cruise is a lot cheaper, only because on cruise day, thousands of people are coming in and out of Barcelona for coming to the ship and getting off that ship, and then getting off that ship and coming onto that ship. And you just happen to catch flights that everybody wants. You want to shop around. Again, I'm just spitballing here. Brittany Anderson, actually, I'm number 40 on the thumbs up. Larry Blake, I'm number 50 on the thumbs up meter, buddy. Way to go. BW, Evening Bruce, number 44. I'm going to be listening to old shows as well. I need to start getting more info on river cruising. Do you have thoughts on Gate 1 versus Viking on the Danube or the Rhine? I don't know about Gate 1, but I do know about Viking. And Viking has been highly mentioned many times on this channel. But I cannot tell you if Gate 1 is a higher rated cruise line or not. But I don't get really critical comments on Viking. I just don't. So there's a good brand there. Karen is here saying we did a Turo rental when we went to San Francisco. Worked out great. The drop-off pickup was at the San Francisco Airport, SFO. Yeah, I've rented Turo for 3 years in a row here in Palms Desert, California. The first year, Jen and I, we flew from Calgary to LAX, and we rented a vehicle from LAX, and we dropped it off at LAX. The second year we were down here, last year, we flew into Palm Springs International. We picked up a car there, and we dropped it off there. And this year, same thing. And I'm renting a Tesla. I have a Tesla. Last year and the year before, we were paying about $80 a day for a Tesla. This year, $46 a day for a Tesla. So certain vehicles are cheaper and are coming down because more vehicles are available on Turo. It's worth looking at the Turo.com website. Anywhere in the world. You can do this in Europe. You can do this in Canada, the USA. Turo is available globally. Very interesting. Very interesting. Kaiser trip, the Rhine is more picturesque as far as the cruise itself. Very nice tip there. Very good information. Other information I want to tell you about. I don't want to bore you with the latest bad news about cruising, where the gastrointestinal virus thing has now shown up on the Carnival Elation cruise ship. That you can read that everyone else is talking about the norovirus thing. I talked about this last week. I've talked about it many times before, so I don't want to bother you and bore you with the same information. What I want to talk to you about today is this whole thing about this poll question that I put up. I want to kind of emphasize this poll question and have you think about this and maybe get you to participate in some thoughts here. The poll question is: cruise ship vacations are a bargain compared to other vacation options. 51 votes now say, 71% say yes, it's cheaper, better value, and 29% say no. 53 thumbs ups are now on the show, by the way. Thank you very much. But the question I have for you is how to get, or thoughts I have for you is how to get a better deal on a cruise, how to make a cruise a better deal for you. There's many ways that you can keep the cost down to you in your pocketbook if you're going to go on a cruise. Now, it depends on, of course, many factors. In some cases, there are those of you who are just singles. There's something, many of you are doubles. You and a friend, you and your wife, however it works. And then there are families, and then there are groups who get together on cruises. So there's all kinds of ways, all kinds of people who are traveling on cruise ships. I'm kind of coming from the angle of a couple. Travel insurance. This is something that many people don't think about when they're pricing out a cruise vacation or any vacation. They don't think about the insurance aspect. Now, if you're young, you're in your 20s and 30s, you're in good health, you're not even going to think about medical insurance on the road. It's just not going to be in your top priority. It might be your parents that bring it up. For a lot of you out there, you have basic medical coverage and or travel insurance coverage through the credit cards that you use. Many of you have signed up for credit cards that give you bonus points when you sign up because you want to get upgrades for airfare, upgrades to business class, or you're saving up for a big trip one day and you're really racking up the points. Some of these cards have excellent or fairly decent insurance coverage if you use your card to book a flight and or the cruise and or the hotel on your vacation. So if you're using the credit card on the vacation, you likely have medical and or other travel insurance, lost bag, delayed flights, canceled cruises, and so on. For some of you, though, the best angle to go with, especially if you're over 60, 65, credit card insurance doesn't apply to you anymore. After you're 65 years old, most credit card insurance is null and void because you're too old to qualify. You got to be under 65. Many people who have these platinum cards don't realize they don't have insurance because they're 68 like me. You have to have your own insurance. Now, that might be done through your perhaps your automobile association. Some of you are platinum members of the AMA, American Automobile Association. Others of you are the AAA, I guess I should say, or in Alberta, you're part of the Alberta Automobile Association. You either have it as part of your membership or you don't, or you can certainly get it as an add-on. You can buy specific travel insurance for a specific period of time to cover an entire vacation, and it can cover all manners of coverage. But you have to be attentive to deductibles and limits. There are insurance policies out there that are crap, where what you pay for versus what you get is useless. They might offer you a $500 cancellation protection against a flight. That's going to run you $2,000 for the two of you. You're out of pocket more than the benefit. Some medical packages have $5,000 and $10,000 deductibles based on the kind of medical coverage you need, and then they have a limit of $20,000-$25,000 period of all charges. And you may find that you're in a hospital in Mexico with $80,000 medical bills, and you're only covered to $25,000. You had to put up the first 10. Useless insurance, absolutely useless. You may want to investigate a thought that if you're now an empty nester like Jen and I, you might want to now start talking to perhaps an insurance broker that shops for insurance, for life insurance, homeowners insurance, car insurance. If you have that kind of a connection, or you can find them through the Google search in your area, you want to find someone who will shop for you insurance that can either be added onto your life insurance as an added benefit for an extra cost per month that is good for the entire year, unlimited travel. Important to know that. Or you may find that you can purchase a travel insurance or medical insurance, travel insurance package policy that gives you 3 trips a year, unlimited trips a year, 30 days a year, 60 days, 90 days. It runs the gamut, and that is worthy of investigation, because you'll find that if you try to book insurance through your cruise line, for example, the cruise line might give you, their cruise only insurance for $200 each or something like that. You may find that the deductibles are ridiculous. The coverage is meaningless. It is not enough. And what about EVAC? Medical evac insurance. In other words, you went to the hospital, you got a cast put in, or you broke your shoulder and your arm is in a sling. You cannot just walk onto a commercial flight because, one, you might not be able to walk, depending on that kind of an injury. You need to be medically evac'd back home. You have to have coverage for that, and that can run anywhere from $25,000 to $250,000 in cost. You want to investigate that, especially as you get older. So that is some way to, in effect, save money on a cruise by not incurring this shocking price surprise, especially if you fall down, bust your hip in Mexico. There are stories out there time and time again where people are brought into a hospital, they have an x-ray done, the doctor figures out what needs to be done to get you repaired, and before they proceed, they need a $20,000 US deposit to cover the next step of the procedure, and the x-ray bill is $500, and you pay that up front too. You don't want to be caught in that position, because the operation is going to be more than $20,000. It might be a $50,000 bill by the time you're out of there. You've got to have coverage. All right. Flights to your cruise ship. This is something I wanted to get a little more deeper into. I mentioned just in passing, don't go on a 1-week cruise and fly in the day before and fly out the day after. Get there a week before, 4 days before, leave 3-4 days after, see more of the region around the cruise ship before the cruise and after the cruise, if at all possible. And the reason I say it is because, again, costs of the airfare, you now have time to shop for an airfare that might span a 3-4 day window on the way in and on the way out. And you may find that, the flight that you would normally book would be, so this much money for the two of you, but the flight you can book a couple days before, a couple days after is $500 cheaper each. It's $1,000 saving. Same airline, same airport, and or in the area. Something to think about. Also, of course, if you have points, you have travel points saved up, you want to look at perhaps transferring points from your Hilton hotel program, or your Marriott program, or your Amex program into airfare points. You might find that you can go Air France, or you can go Lufthansa from the United States to Europe on a 40,000 point flight for each of you, and you have enough points with your credit cards and your hotel partners that you can transfer them over to the airline and get the 40,000 points each, and now fly over for nothing, only taxes. This is worth investigating, especially if you're flexible on your departure and arrival return dates. Book your own hotel. There are times where cruise lines will offer you a hotel package and an airfare package. The problem with the airfare package is that you have 3 flights to get there, 3 flights to get back, 2 in the morning transfer times, really inconvenient. Hotels might be a 2-star, not so great type hotel. Again, if you have a credit card with points and or a hotel card with points, you might be able to book your own hotel at a higher level in the city that you're departing from or returning from, uh, and you'll book those. You may find that you are finishing your cruise in Southampton and you're going to book yourself a hotel in London or in the area of London for 3 or 4 nights for nothing because of all the points you've racked up. And you're now in a hotel with a hell of a deal. You might or might not rent a car. You might find yourself deciding, no, 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 we're going right into London. We want to be near a train station in London. Good news, many hotels have hotels around the train stations in all of London. That way, you are not in need of a rental car. You're going to use Uber for your transportation needs, but you might be able to get a very good deal through your own booking of a hotel, or you're booking through Expedia, and you find that just shopping on Expedia, doing a little bit of homework there, finds you a great deal. You've become a member of the Expedia program. Every time you book a hotel through Expedia, you get dollar credits on your next stay, and you still are using your credit card to pay for it. You're getting points on your credit card, which adds on again. It's like adding on, adding on, adding on benefits for these packages. Again, you do it yourself, you might find it much more reasonable. Booking the cruise itself. There's a lot of people who swear that booking the cruise to the cruise line is the best way to go. There are many out there who say, no, that's not the best way to go. The best way to go for booking a cruise is either going on online booking sites or having a travel agent. Because if you can use a human being as your travel agent, they and their firm may have access to cabins that you can't get access to even through the website of the cruise line, because cruise lines have block booking deals with all kinds of travel agencies around the world that partner up. You may find that talking to a travel agent and you telling them, well, we're kind of thinking of a 1 week 10-day cruise in the Mediterranean, but we were wondering about staying in, maybe in Spain for a week before the cruise, and maybe in Paris after the cruise, or Rome. And we're thinking of a hotel scenario, our airfare scenario. This individual may say to you, leave it with me. I kind of have your departure date and your return date in mind here with a little flexibility. Let me see what I can put together for you. You may be shocked that they come back to you with a cruise on Celebrity or on Royal Caribbean in an upgraded room. You may find that you have 5-star hotels at either end of the trip. You may find that you have very nice connections with your airfare. They'll ask you, do you have a credit card with American Express or with Visa or MasterCard? Do you have any points with those guys? Do you have any points with any hotel chains? Give me all this info, because I might be able to book you into this hotel chain, this airline, using this credit card with all these perks and benefits. And you got yourself a heck of a package being put together by a pro. That might be worth your while. Shore excursions. This is one of those areas where people really drop the ball. They've done everything right. They got the best airfare deal that worked for them. They got a pre-hotel, a post-hotel. They got their cruise deal. Now they're booking shore excursions through the cruise line, and they are paying through the nose. Not an uncommon scenario where people get to a city in Europe, for example, get off a cruise ship, get right on a bus, right off the ship for a hop-on, hop-off city tour. And it's like 4 hours, 5 hours, and they're back at the ship at the end of it. They're paying $75 each for one of these things. For a family of 4, $300. In reality, they could have walked off the ship, off the through the port, and usually there's transportation from the ship right to the port itself. And literally 1 block away is the ticket counter for a hop-on, hop-off cruise. hop on, hop off bus tour of the city, half the price, $150 for 4, and with more flexibility. There are those kinds of deals. Now there are other opportunities where you should take a look at all the offers the cruise line gives you, all the choices you have for onshore activities. You want to look them up. But what you want to do then is do a Google search to see if you can book any of these itineraries yourself through the entity that you're ending up going to. If you're going to go to a zip line park in the Caribbean, say in Saint Martin or St. Thomas or something like that, you're going to a zip line park, you may find that you can get a zip line deal yourself. You may find that a cab ride is the best way to go. You might even negotiate with the driver, take us to the highest point in the island and then take us over to that zip line place over there. And there's a flat rate for that, and you'll get a cab ride back, and it's a way better experience. And it's still cheaper than the entire pre-booked, full-blown bus zip line tour that the ship gives you. You never know unless you investigate it. It's something to look into. Some of you out there want to go on a little fishing trip in the Caribbean. You want to go deep sea fishing. You can book those yourself through all kinds of links. Again, Google is your friend for that kind of thing. Yes, I've talked about this already, and I cannot emphasize it enough. If you have time, you could save a ton of money. Time is actually your friend, whereas a lot of people think, oh, every night that I'm away from home, it's costing me a fortune to be on this trip. I got to get back and stop the meter for money. And I can tell you that you might find that you can if you can add a week or 10 days to your existing vacation by just booking time off and saying the hell with it, we're gone for 20 days. We're just gone for 20 days. Those extra 10 days might save you thousands in airfare costs because you're able to flex book. That extra time allows you to book your own hotels and your own excursions and your own events, whether you're doing a rail pass through Spain to Paris and an ultimate rail ride all the way to London through the Channel, all on a 5-day rail pass for you and your wife and kids. You may find that this part of the vacation was the highlight of all of it. The cruise was great, but the rest of it was a complete departure that the family's never had before. This might be your one and only chance to travel as a family on a unique vacation that you've never thought you could do. Anyway, these are just thoughts from me and my experience. It's totally up to you to decide for yourself which way you want to take this. But I totally understand for some of you, you don't want to do connections. I get you there loud and clear. Makes sense to me. Thank you all for being here with me tonight. We rented a Tesla, says Karen. Same thing. Scott, hey, what's happening? How you doing, buddy? Nice to see you here, Steamer. Steaming Bean, hey, Big Bruce, what's going on, buddy? Not sure if Bruce looks like Knowlton Nash or Ed Broadbent. And I book with La Lido Loca. There's always that, too. You can always book through a YouTuber. There's Dawn's Family Vacations, and Dawn could take care of you if you're from Canada. Absolutely. It all depends on your comfort zone, your budget, your timing, and how involved do you want to be in booking your own trip or not. That's another factor. We have results coming in on this poll question. They keep coming. We have 58 thumbs ups. I thank you all so much. 53 votes are in. 72% of the people who have answered this poll question are saying yes. Cruise ship vacations are a bargain compared to other vacation options. So only 28% of you saying no to that question. Thank you all for being with me here today. Monday night, January the 22nd, 2024. Thank you so much if you've been able to hit the thumbs up button for us. We appreciate it. Those of you watching on the rerun, I'm counting on you, as I always do, to hit that thumbs up button and get us well over 100 thumbs ups every Monday night. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate it. Those of you who are hitting the thumbs up button on the rerun, please send a message to me. Easily done on the bottom. Tell me what thumbs up number you were, because that's how I know during the week how we are doing on the thumbs ups meter. 59 are now in the house. And I thank you all so much. Cindy Bridges is saying, good night, good chat tonight. Enjoy your evening, everybody. Thank you all for popping in here and saying hi to me here in Palm Desert, California. We'll see you here next Monday. We'll let you know how Jen is doing after another week of recovery time. We're very excited on how it's going so far. Thank you all who have passed on best and kind wishes to her for a speedy and safe recovery. We really appreciate you. 61 thumbs ups are in the house. Oh, you got to love that. Thank you. Karen Griswold, good night, Bruce and everybody. Thank you, Karen. Stephen Butler, best wishes. Jen, Karen, love to Jen. Love to all of you out there from yours truly. Thank you all. Keep smiling out there and enjoy 2024. I hope it goes well for all of you. Hope you get your cruise in that you want to get in and you are happy and healthy. And you'll join me here again next week, Monday night. Thank you all for sharing the love and passing on best kind regards to all of you. Have a wonderful time. We'll see you next week, everybody. Take care. Robert, you bet. Take it easy. I'll see you soon, everyone. Bye from Palm Desert, California.